Hey everyone, welcome back to the THURB-cast. I'm your host, Alex Thurber. And today, I thought we'd do a little story time. Why not? Why not do a story time? We haven't done one in a minute. I'm going to tell a time about the time I was a landscaper. Yep, I was a landscaper, but not in the way that you think. I was actually selling the landscaping. I forgot what they called it. Good God, I don't remember, but it was a great job. So it's early 2022, 23, and I mean, I'm going door to door. I'm hustling. I mean, they paid very, very well. They paid for my gas. They gave us gas cards. They got us food. Sometimes it would rain and we would just have to call people. I'd make like 100 calls a day and be like, I'm done. And then like hang out with the guys. The guys were hilarious. They were awesome to work with as well. Didn't know many people, but I saw one of them. He had the same name as me. And I saw him everywhere I went. He had a very specific car. I'm not going to name the car, but I'd see him at like gas stations, and I'd see him here, and like after I'd left this job, and I would just see him everywhere. I've seen him maybe 3 times, maybe, but you know, a small little reminder of the people you work with. And so it was more lawn service. It was more like trimming your lawn, getting your lawn right. And so, you know, what we would do in the morning is we would have team meetings, and then we would take the flyers. We would write our phone number, we would write name, and that was it. And we had like a stack. I would at least do like 300, 400 of those in the morning, and then we would go out to wherever we were going, wherever the boss sent us. He said, hey, you're going to Forney, hey, you're going here, hey, you're going here, hey, you're going here, this is your territory, we've marked it on the map. Go there, crush it, put your dots, whatever. We had an app and everything that we had to like click for each house. Like, let's say we knocked on a door and no one answered, we would put a thing like not home. And we had that, so we did that, and I loved it because the territory they would give, it was great territory. It wasn't like most sales jobs, they give you crap territory. I remember I had this one job, and this bitch sent me all the way out to Waxahachie to an empty freaking parking lot. Another time, but holy moly was I pissed. I was furious. But I mean to tell you, when I say that this job sent us to the best territory ever known to mankind, they did. Maybe once or twice they sent us to a place that was kind of questionable. Not like scary questionable, but just like, do people really even need lawn service here? Like, you know, do they even need it? But that's okay. So, then, after I get to my area, I start knocking. And, you know, I'm knocking. I'd get through 50 houses by 12, and I'd get to 100 or 120. I always tried to ramp it up each day. But towards the end, I kind of started finding a method. And my method was work smarter and harder. So what I would do is I'd go through all the territory. I would put flyers, and then I'd go to lunch. So I'd put like maybe 200 flyers out. I was going to say 400, but I don't think that's realistic. I don't think I ever did anywhere near 400 houses in a day. Maybe like 100. One time I had it up to 200, but that's beyond the point. I'm a hustler. So I'd put these flyers to the door, and then by that time it's lunchtime. I go grab lunch, I go take my hour break, wherever it is, right? And then I'd swing back around, and we would have these mobile sales as well. So if people got the flyer and they called in, and it had your name, So they knew who to give it to. And they would text us in a group chat. They'd say, oh, so-and-so, 1, so-and-so, 2, so-and-so, 3. And so those started coming in like crazy for me. Sometimes I'd be just sitting in the car. Oh, Alex, 1. Oh, Alex, 2. Oh, Alex, 3. And it's like, bro, I haven't even done anything. It's 12 o'clock and it's lunchtime. And I already have 3 sales for the day for $1,000. Seriously, I mean, the most I made in that job was $3,000 a week. 3 to 4 grand a week. Yeah. It was fantastic. I remember doing breaks and then my friend would call me. And I'd pick up. And we'd get to chatting. And then I'd be like, oh, I just got one. Oh, I got another one. And it was like literally like that. I mean, it was like clockwork. It was one of my favorite jobs and one of the best jobs that I had. I loved that job. That job was awesome. I mean, all you have to do is really put flyers out. That's kind of what I did towards the end. I was just flinging flyers across the street. I was flinging them flyers, man. So, by the end of it, I was like, screw knocking. I'm just flinging the flyers. And that's what I did. I would just put flyers up. I would still get the sale. I would get the call-ins. And I loved it. It was like a little cheat code. It was like, why do any of the work when the work does it for you? Why do any of the work when the people can just decide for themselves? You don't gotta convince them. You don't gotta do anything. All you gotta do is put a flyer with a number and they will call. It's that simple. It was that simple. But sometimes I would knock. Sometimes I'd get bored and be like, okay, I'll knock. Why not? See if we can get anything extra. Like I said, I was already making $3-4 grand a week. It was good money. Really good money. Now, to go in why I left that job. So, we were knocking. I was knocking, at least. And, like always, someone gets suspicious. They think you're not who you say you are, even though you got a bright green shirt on with a brand on it from the company. You got cards, you got everything. You got the lot. Backpack, hat, everything. And they'd call the cops. Because they get weirded. I don't know why. So the cops were called this one time. Went through it. And next day, I went to another location. Cops were called again. And they just told me to get out. I said, okay, that's cool. By the end of the week, it was like Thursday or Friday. Thursday it was. I was in territory. And it was like a no soliciting neighborhood, which I don't think my boss knew at the time. I saw it immediately as I rolled in. I said, who cares? We'll try it. If not anything, we won't knock any doors. We'll just flyer them. Hell, some of the doors weren't even no solicit, so I flyered those doors. I don't even know. I don't remember how many doors I flyered. I have no idea. But the cops come. And that's okay. They just tell me to go find another place. I said, cool, I'll go find another spot. So that's what I did. I went and found another spot. I also got Dunkin' Donuts on the way to the other spot. And let me tell you, Dunkin' Donuts is shit. So I get through with that day. Everything's smooth, but I've had the cops call to me 3 freaking times. Friday rolls around. Sends me to a whole nother spot, close to my home, a nice little area. Cool. I got my shirt on, I got my hat on. Hell, I'm ready to rock and roll. I'm knocking houses. The houses that I'm not knocking, I'm putting the flyers in, like, in the cracks of the door. Like, not trying to break in, but just like a little slipping. Enough to where it won't fall. Right? And so I'm doing that. And I'm walking. I'm not doing anything. I'm not even disturbing people. I knocked on some doors. I've talked to some people. Some people are laughing at my jokes. You know, they know. And I'm walking down the street, going to other houses. And I see 2 cop cars, 3 actually. And I see 6 officers. So I'm like, Y'all are here for me. Y'all are here for me, aren't y'all? They said, yep, we are. I said, cool. And so they're surrounding me. I mean, there's 6 of them. And I'm just thinking in my head, like, why do you need 6 police officers for me? I'm 5'10", 140, like, I'm not a threat to anyone. I'm not a threat. I'm just here trying to do my job. And they're like, okay, well, we can either arrest you or we can fine you. And I said, okay, give me 1 second. So I called my boss. I said, hey, I got like 6 cops here. Yeah, they're threatening to either give me a ticket or arrest me. And so he said, let me talk to him. So I did. And they were explaining like, oh, this area is this, you can't do this. And he's like, but I thought my logo was the thing. Like, I thought that's okay. Like, I thought just because you have a logo does not mean you can solicit. Like, that's stupid. I get it. He was trying to get him off my backs. So he said, hey, I'll send him to another place. Don't worry. You can let him go. So I did. And later I started thinking of it. I said, what if something bad would have happened? Like, what would have happened? Like, who would have saved me? Who would have saved me, genuinely? It ain't him. He wouldn't have saved me. What happens if I would have gotten a ticket? That's a $300, $400 ticket. For what, doing my job? That is stupid. So I said, he's not going to pay it. I'm going to have to pay that. Whenever next time is. And that week, I had just had enough of the police. I said, I'm done. I've had enough. The paychecks are great. Totally worth it. But the harassment by police, not worth it. Not one bit. He said, okay. That is fine. It's okay. We left on mutual bonds. I actually went back to him, not to work for him, but to get my tax sheet, whatever it was, my W-2 from him. And I saw him, and he was still there. I bet he's still there today. I guarantee it. He always talks about not being there. Like, bro, come on. It's alright. But I saw him, and everything was cordial and good. So that's good. That's a good thing. But that is my landscaping job. Not landscaping, God, what was it? Lawn service is what I like to call it. It was the lawn service company. And I loved it. I mean, it paid well. I liked a few of the people. I had a good time. I made a lot of money. But by the end of it, just the police, the 4 encounters that I had that entire week was just way too much. I was like, yeah, no, I'm not being harassed. I'm not doing this. And this boss is he's not gonna fight for me if something bad goes south. Like, if it goes south, he's not gonna pay the ticket. I'm gonna have to pay the ticket. So I decided it was enough. I said, no more. I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna go do something else. And I did that. But that is going to do it for today's video. Let me know what you guys thought in the comments below. Hell, tell me about y'all's craziest jobs in the comments. I'd love to hear it. Well, until next time, I will see y'all later. And don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Thank you.